to start. It's night here, right here in our heart. Today we're going to talk about something called the ultimate glow up. And today's mission is to love life so much that I have no time for drama. To love life so much that I have no time for regret. I have no time for hate. I have no time for worry. I have no time for fear because I'm loving life so much. And they brought to memory a song that I used to know back in the 50s called Glowworm by the Mills Brothers. I don't know whether any of you even remember that song called Glowworm. It was written in 1902 by Paul Limke in German, and then it was redone in 1952 by Johnny Mercer called Glowworm. And this is how it went. Shine, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer. Shine, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer. Shine, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer. We just love the fact that this glowworm is glimmering and glimmering. Lead us lest too far wander. Love's sweet voice is calling yonder. Shine, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer. Hey there, don't get dimmer, dimmer. Light the path below, above, and lead us on to love. Yes, indeed. So this wonderful glowworm was written way back then and used in World War I when they couldn't have any light on it all. They used these glowworms to read messages and everything. And now Johnny Mercer rewrote it with the Mills Brothers. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to shine our little wonderful glow within us. I had a friend, a religious science minister, and whenever I talked to her, she said, you know what we're doing here in Science of Mind? We are grow upping all over one another. We're growing up all over one another. Yes, indeed. That's what we're doing. Grow up all over one another. So today, I want to change that. Today, we are glowing up all over one another. That's what we're doing. We're glowing up all over one another today because I remember my worth today, who I really am. The real glow up is when you stop waiting to turn into some perfect thing, when you stop waiting to be perfect and you are really you're being yourself. This is the journey you are. And so this question was asked. Where have we heard it before? Oh, Jean told us about it. This is the question. And you, talking to you. When will you begin that journey into yourself? And you, when will you begin that journey into yourself? And that is said by none other than Rumi. Because nobody, this is something I want to share with you, I've been using in my life for decades, literally decades. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. Nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. And I used to also know it as going, nobody can hurt your feelings without your permission. Nobody can hurt your feelings without your permission. And that was Eleanor Roosevelt who said it, and I use it to this day. And so I want you to know when you help others shine, when you help other people shine, guess what you're doing? You're helping yourself to glow. When you help other people to shine, you are helping yourself to glow. So today I want to introduce some new words to all of us that I have just made up for today. So here is the first word, a new word that we're going to be using. We're talking about the ultimate glow up. So today we're going to talk about glow upifying our life. We're going to glow upify our life today. And we're going to emanate our divine oneness and our unconditional love. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to glow upify our life, and we're going to acknowledge other people who are glow upifying their lives. In the dictionary, it talks about glow up as an informal term for a positive personal transformation, usually starting in appearance and style, and also always growth and confidence and maturity, and sometimes aspects of personal and professional life. You know, the dictionary also lists synonyms for glow up, and this is what it says: impressive transformation, significant transformation, spectacular transformation. This is the dictionary with synonyms: improvement, complete transformation, major modification, notable progress, enhancement, magnificent modification, and amazing transformation. So in 1927, Ernest Holmes reluctantly, and let me say reluctantly, agreed to formally organize the teachings of science of mind. In February 1927, he incorporated the science of mind and called it the Institute of Religious Science. And you know what? He ensured our movement would always evolve, he said in 1927, by remaining, wait for it, open at the top. That's when Ernest Holmes mentioned open at the top. So today, everybody, we're going to be open at the top, open at the bottom, open at the left side, open at the right side, open within, and open without, to see how we can actually be so wonderful, so very, very wonderful, as we are absolutely doing our wonderful glowing up today. And Ernest Holmes also reminds us in The Science of Mind that biblical quote from Matthew 6:22. When it says, our eye is single and our body shall be filled with light. Our body shall be filled with light, because every day I want us to draw the inspiration from the peace pole. Remember, a lot of Science of Mind centers used to have a peace pole in front of their door, and on that peace pole it says, may peace prevail on earth, emphasizing that the true peace comes from within ourselves, our glow uppiness, when we glowify. And then this is also used for change in someone or somebody's physical appearance and personal transformation. It's because I want us to notice every day how many God things are going on in our life. We just live the same lives, but did you know there are many, many beautiful glow upifying things happening in our life? For example, last week I went to the dentist. Remember the dentist? And I was lying there in the dental chair, and they were doing their thing, shall we say. And I opened my eyes and looked on the wall opposite. And guess what I saw on the wall opposite while I was at the dentist? I saw an affirmation, at the dentist's office. And this is what it said: I shine light to change lives. At the dentist's office, it said, I shine light to change lives. And then it followed with their mission statement, which said, we break down barriers to better smiles and better lives, starting with you. We break down barriers to better smiles and better lives, starting with you. Here, great care is all around you. This is their mission statement, because you deserve the best. You deserve the best. So that is a God thing that happened to me at the dentist. And Ginny Hadcock also had a God thing happen to her recently. She ordered some luggage online, and then this luggage appeared. And when she opened it, she realized she couldn't stand it. It wasn't anything that she thought it was going to be. So she needed to find out how to deal with that and what to do to send it back. So she dialed, you've heard of it before, customer service. Ginny dialed customer service, and Steve Lucas answered the phone. And he spent more than a half hour telling her everything she needed to do, every single detail. He was so kind, he was so brilliant, that afterwards Ginny was inspired to write a testimonial about him, because she was so impressed, and she sent it to his company. And then the phone rang, and it was Steve Lucas, and he was saying, thank you for that testimonial. Can you also please send it? And he told her another place to send it, which Ginny graciously did. She loves testimonials. And then a little while later, the phone rings, and it was Steve Lucas. And he asked her to send it to another place. And he was calling her from Pakistan. That's where he was talking to her from, Pakistan. He was an American working for them in Pakistan. And he called her back to thank her for everything she did. It meant so much to him. He took over a half hour talking to her, and I was sitting next to her in the car listening to this, and she introduced me to Steve Lucas, and I had never talked to anybody from Pakistan before. So that was a God thing. The next God thing I want to tell you about happened to Patricia Watson. Patricia Watson, who lives in Nova Scotia, Canada. And we know her as a practitioner and a beautiful musician and composer. Patricia Watson belongs to a trio, the Patricia Watson Trio, and they go around to all kinds of retirement and nursing homes in Canada, singing for the people there. They do this as service to all of life. So what happened was, there is an organization in Canada called South Shore Organization, and they have been aware of what Patricia Watson has been doing in these rest homes and these retirement homes. And so they awarded her an award. And then, check this out, they gave her a check for $1,000 in appreciation for what she's doing. And I know that the service that she was doing, everything, knowing that everything in the universe is composed of musical vibrations, as Pythagoras said, she didn't do it for reward, she did it for love, because that's her gift. She did it for love. So love is staying loving when others are being cranky, staying loving when others are being cranky, bringing your best when others are bringing their worst. Absolutely. Being loving no matter what, being in the glow. no matter what. Adopting this approach of loving no matter what makes me incredibly resilient. Doing this makes me incredibly powerful, incredibly strong, because with God, everything is possible. With Spirit, everything is possible. Because where is God? Where is Spirit? Right where I am. That's where Spirit is, within me today and always. And so now I want to share with you something by Alan Cohen. Have ever read things by him? This is called A Daily Dose of Sanity. A Daily Dose of Sanity by Alan Cohen. He has this column, and to his reading list, he sends things. A daily dose of sanity. And this time, he said, when I started to learn meditation, my teacher taught me to envision an image, and he taught me. This has been extremely helpful in all my life, says Alan Cohen. He taught me to imagine myself in a sacred room, in a sacred room. And in the middle of the room, a white candle is burning brightly. This room I'm imagining is a sanctuary from which all the bustling activity of life is not in this room. The energy in this room is so still and safe, it's protected from the winds of what's happening in my life. And that candle never flickers. There's a place of peace, he said, inside of you that's unaffected by, I love this phrase, the slings and arrows of the outrageous fortune. This room, this safe place, is protected by the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. You know who wrote that? It was our friend William Shakespeare. He had Hamlet say this in his soliloquy, the slings and arrows of our outrageous fortune, in Act 3 in Hamlet, because it's calm, it's pure, it's unswerving, it's beautiful, it's not altered by anything in the world. It's not altered by financial ups and downs. This is the world, the refuge of our own soul. It's not altered by relationships that maybe are broken up, and a breakup of a relationship. It's not altered by a physical condition. This room where this candle is burning and not flickering is the refuge of our own soul. Isn't that beautiful? Because this lets us know that we carry our peace inside of us. That's where I spend time in this room, and how much time doesn't matter. 5 minutes is more than nothing. 10 minutes is more than 5 minutes. And his teacher suggested spending 30 minutes in there, in this room, with our beautiful refuge of our own soul. Because when you start the day in this room, later on in the day, when you're doing the outrageous things in your life, you can flip back into this room for 5 minutes and get nourished and nurtured. What a wonderful room. I'm so glad about it. I'm going to be spending time in there from now on. And I'm so excited about it that I have created an acronym for this message. Jean and I just love acronyms. The acronym for today's message is, wait for it, GLOW. That's what the ultimate glow up. GLOW is the acronym. The G stands for God. And we are to notice all the demonstrations in our life every day that are God things. It's a God thing. Like we wouldn't have believed what happened. The ultimate glow up. With God, all things are possible. Where is God is the question. It is, God is right within me today and always. The second letter is love. To be loving no matter what is going on. Love, to be loving. This is the ultimate glow up. And the O in glow is thank you, Ernie. Thank you, Ernest Holmes. Open at the top. Divine oneness. The O stands for open at the top. And the W stands for worth. We are all so worthy and we are experiencing well-being. Yes, indeed. We are all demonstrating our worth, individualized energy as children of spirit, making manifest the ultimate glow-upifications of God. I remember my worth today. And so, in conclusion, I want to share with you this beautiful writing by Marianne Williamson, which summarizes what we've been talking about. It's called Our Deepest Fear. Won't you join me? Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It's our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we consciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And so it is. Won't you join me in treatment today? Here I am. We are all here. How beautiful it is to be here together. To be here together, ultimately glorifying our life and the life of creation, because all of God is present right here. And each of us is an individualized expression of spirit, as only we can express with that unique vibration. We are glowing. We are ultimately glowing up. We are glowing upifying our lives. How wonderful with God, with love, being open at the top. And also, we are worthy. Our lives are worthy. Each of our life is so spectacular. Nobody ever has, does, or is expressing in that vibration. And I am so grateful to know this about our life, that our lives are absolutely glow upifying every moment of every day. I am so very, very, very grateful to know this. I'm so happy to know this. I immediately send it over to the law of the universe, which loves it so much. The law instantaneously manifest these words even as I have been speaking. And together we say, and so it is. Amen and amen.